right. I'm gonna focus on a few things here. I want to make sure this is recording. Um, I got to figure out how to get back into 1080p because it's only uploading in 720 now for some reason. But anyway, so I'm gonna start off on pick 3-4, and I'm gonna go over to lotto odds. So let's do a couple things here. So first of all, I'm gonna focus in on Wisconsin and Minnesota, because those are the states I play in person. And I'm gonna start off in Wisconsin here, and maybe I'll make two videos. Otherwise I'll make another one in the morning because it's already almost 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna say this: Wisconsin. The first thing I look at is I look for colors due because these colors repeat very often and nonstop. So blue is due. Blue is the most due. This here tells you in general how long. And look at the pink. That's probably getting ready for a break. That pink is hit the longest now. But I don't know if I want to just remove it, but you're going to see here that blue's been out 3 draws. That's not that much, but it's been out 4 and 5 before. But, I mean, that's still a very good chance that there's going to be a blue tomorrow. Going back almost to November, okay? And so I think a blue is going to hit. But I don't know if I want to put everything in on that. But I'm going to kind of use this as an example of what you can do with this. And then I'm going to go over to Lotto odds and show some stuff over there as well. So, first of all, I'm going to show you, okay, I'd like to look at what I just did, but then I like to come over here and see what is due. And you're going to notice that key 8 is out 13 draws on the combined. That one interests me, because as you know, you'll see here on the furthest out keys that, some of these, most of these are all just evening or one draw states. I'm not as interested in those because you got to cut that in half, right? But cut it in half, and still that Connecticut evening is going to be getting at 0, right? New Jersey evening, you're going to be getting at 1. That might only be 12, whatever, 13, but that's coming back, right? 11 or whatever. But anyway, so look what showed up here. We have 8, and we have Minnesota. I only say Minnesota because I like to play Minnesota, but I mean technically that's not 13 then, right? So only 1 draw state. Sometimes I like to combine Wisconsin, Minnesota on Excel and create a 3 draw state because these numbers don't know what you're doing, and it works because I've done it in the past. And you can find patterns in anything. So anyway, so Wisconsin, you got 8 is out 13 draws. So what I'm gonna do is first of all I'm gonna load up my main here. So I got this loaded up, and I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna just say, you know what? I'm gonna go for the 8. It's out 13 draws. I'm gonna go for it. That immediately starts me off with only 55 box numbers. As you can, I'm gonna go for that one. And if I look at the midday, it doesn't really give me, 8 or 9, but I'm just going to go for the 8, whatever. And you're going to notice the second thing I do is, I should say the third, because I look at the color due, and then I go look at the keys that are due, and then I'm going to look at the patterns that are due. And you're going to notice that in the single box pair pattern, that the most due is 9 right now, and combined, it's out 20 draws. And as you go and look at it, you're going to notice again that the last time a 9 was used was on the 15th, right here. You can see there's no 9, right? The 9 is blue. And as I drop down, you're going to start seeing 9s, right? 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, right? And it's just like that with all the numbers. If you see it out for a while, you know it's coming back. So I know that 9's going to be coming back. So as an example, I don't typically just do 1, but I'm going to do that for now because I just feel like doing that. So I'm going to do pattern 9, and I know that's coming back, right? But normally I'll do at least 2 or 3, and then I'll try to get 2 or 3 right here, because that will drop your numbers huge. If you can do 2 or 3 up on top and 2 or 3 down below. But watch this though, just doing pattern 9 with key 8, that will take you down to only 12 box numbers. And it just so happens to be that if you look at the lowest winning digit right now, look at this. There hasn't been a 4, 5, or 6 or higher. And this is a long span, because if you drop down here and look at these, you're going to see that span is nowhere near that before there's a hit, right? Just saying in general, 3 of these, even this one, that's the closest one to this, but I mean, that's not even close, right? You know that 4, 5, or 6 is coming. And when it drops, you know that it's probably going to be a 4 or a 5 soon, more than the 6, because the 6 doesn't hit as often. But, and the 5 was just used tonight, and 7 was used yesterday midday, but that 5, I'd be looking for maybe that 5 tomorrow. And if that's the case, and if there is an 8 used and a pattern 9, then that means it would be one of these right here. So maybe that 5, 8, 9 right there. See how I did that? So, but anyway, so that's what I got, So, and, a lot of times I'll look at the midday and see what's going on. If I'm doing a specific state, I'll do this stuff. If I'm doing just in general, looking at all the states, this is gold right here. This will give you what you need to know. So, this will give you what you need to know. Like California, 6 is due on that mid. That's going to be hitting if it didn't already hit, right? Let me refresh it. I haven't refreshed this. Did that refresh or not? I don't even know. Maybe I did. Never mind. Just refresh it down. So that's due. But this is looking at the individual patterns that are due, right? But dude, 6 is going to be hitting. But I have it on AB, pre-sorted AB, because that 6 and 7 absolutely dominate on that front. Look at the 7, right? 6, 6, 6, 7, 6, 6, 7. On that AB, it hits a lot. If you see it out for a while, you know it's coming back. And I also said a blue's going to hit, right? Just a blue in general. So I'm going to just go over here and I'm going to drop down, and I'm just going to focus in on that blue right there. So blue's going to hit. Got to remove my X. Hit start. We're down to 12 numbers, and I really like the 4, 5, and 6. I hate to say these higher ones, but I know that's about to hit, because look at this. Look at all the blue on that 0 to 3. That's a lot. That's a huge. There hasn't been that since 3, 8. There's been a 0, 1, 2, and 3. Then you wonder why I say focus in on 0, 1, 2, and 3. Look at that domination. But guess what? There's going to be a break coming up, and that 4, 5, or 6 is, going to hit. And if you look at then that comes to my next thing I would do. Coming over here, looking at the pre-sorted A, right, box here. So look at that. There's a fight for that. That 4 is the most likely one, and if you look at the combined, 4 is leading the pack, right? 54 draws. That's coming back. That's coming. I don't normally focus ever on that, as you know, but I know that's coming back. And like I said, key 8, I don't know if I want to put everything on that SB pair 9, but this is the SB pairs right here, single box pair patterns. And that 9, pattern 9 is coming back. Here's pattern 9, and one of these box pairs will be coming back. And that 8 is due, but that 8 could drop with one of these as well. So, like I said, I don't normally put all my stuff in on one, but I'm doing that for now because I really like it to hit here. And all I need is that 1 to hit, right? And they repeat fast. These SB pairs repeat fast, which reminds me, I have a couple of things I want to show, but before I do, I made a video last night, but I never posted it. This here, okay, is the SBP, this first column. As you know, three colors, and they're single boxed only, or I mean single only. So anytime there's a double, it's just not a hit. But you see that they repeat very, very often, right? And you can see here, if you look at Wisconsin evening, you're going to notice that there has not been a what? There hasn't been a red, and that red is coming back 100%. Look at the red, drops in there all the time. And you know what? The red has hit last time. We're looking at the front here. Okay, this is dealing with the straights. This is dealing with box. Well, look at this. There hasn't been a. The last time a red hit, it was a red yellow. It was a red blue, a red blue, a red yellow, red yellow, red yellow, red pink. See that? Red pink is the most due. It hasn't hit for a long time. That red pink is coming back, okay? And when that red pink comes back, you know what you're dealing with? You're dealing with this right here. 86 straights. That's it. And you know what? Here it is in box form right here. But this isn't the pre-sorted version. Remember, this is dealing with the actual SPP first column and then the first column of this. And all I did was take those and put those in the actual box form. This is not, I repeat, this is not this one. Okay, this will give you a lot less numbers because that's pre-sorted. So check it out though. This is not garbage numbers. Look at all these numbers in here. You got high quality 12s and 13s, and I mean, it's actually surprising that that hasn't hit yet. So I know that that red pink is going to be coming back to the evening. This is a good pattern to follow. I know it's coming, and it's going to be one of these 86 straights, and it's going to be hitting here any draw now for the evening. Right. So that's a good pattern to follow. So I'm going to try to start following those a little bit better. That first column there with that. So right now I'm just focusing on that 12, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a couple more things quick. So look at this here. This is my straight tracking, and you're going to notice here that there hasn't been a group 2 in 13 draws. Look at that. Oh yeah. Group 2 will be coming back. And you know what group 2 is, right? Group 2 is the purple and the green. Group 1 is the red and the blue. Okay. Now, red is the classic 12, 13, and 14 sum. But look at the purple and green. Oh, 13 and 15. So one of those sums is going to be hitting. If you go to the information page, you can see what those are. Right here. One of these sums is going to be hitting, right? And then this here is your groups. So group 1 and group 2. So this group 2 will be hitting. And not only that, though, look at this. In the STS, these are the pre-sorted groups. You have 1A through 2C. Look at that. Look at that. That's going to be coming back. Because look, once again, just look at all three of them. Nowhere near what they're out right now, right? Before a hit. You're going to be getting a hit here. And if that hits, you can look at the information page, and here you go. One of these right here will be hitting, right? That eliminates these ones. It's not a lot, but it still eliminates your numbers if you want to focus in, fish out of that pool, right? Another good way to see that is just looking on the frequency charts. When I go to these, sometimes I just keep my 8 years, and you can see right here that there hasn't been a hit, and you know that that's going to be hitting. So that's one way of looking at it. That's a group of numbers there. And then speaking of another group of numbers, you're going to notice that on this page, on my box system, you're going to notice that this first one, A1C3 and A2C3, and you can see down below what those are. So A1 is 024, A2 is 135, right? So that's what that is. That's what that is, right? Well, look at this. Look at them both together. Okay, keep your eyes on both of those together. Look how little they're out. You know, this isn't for its own, I'm sorry, this isn't 12, right? Because there was all these hits in there, right? they hit. If one of these don't hit, like here you go, look at, again, only 4, right? Not out 7 because there's hits, right? These two here, they're constantly hitting. If they're out, if you can flip through these or use the 1 to 10% filter and you notice that there's a gap, there hasn't been a hit in either of these columns for, 3 or 4. Like right now it's only 1, right? But if you see this 3 or 4 for combined, that's coming back 100% because, and what that is right here. It's 594 straights, and that includes doubles. Right there, 594 straights, and that will be returning. And so if you don't think there's going to be a double, you're going to eliminate a lot more. And if you don't think it's going to be a 5 or a 4 or 5 on the front, that'll eliminate a lot of these too. It's one way to look at it. And then another thing I was going to say is, speaking of big groups of numbers, you have 300 straights. This is the blue AB flipped to straight, okay? And you're going to notice, look at this. These are flipped to straight. So it's 300 straights, right? But look how often these straights hit. So every single time you see a blue on this first column, that's a hit out of those 300. From 1,000 numbers down to 300. Well, I shouldn't say that because, well, yeah, I can, because it's, do I have it at that or do I have it just straights? I think these are, no, I have doubles in there too. So that's doubles as well. So every time you see a blue, I mean, look at here, you got 6, 4, 7, 1, 2, 7. So 6, 4, 7, right? And 1, 2, 7, right? So that's a really good block to follow, which I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to, because let me see where it's at right now. See that? Well, that's for evening alone. Looks like I'm going to focus just on Wisconsin for this video. Anyway, so that was a couple blocks numbers. I'll probably go over some more later and have them a little bit more organized and how to follow them. But this is what I'm starting off with right here for Wisconsin tomorrow. I'm putting all my eggs in that basket. I don't care. And I'm doing it for 8 as well. You want to be a little more conservative, go for it. But that's what I'm doing. And honestly, I really like that 4 or 5 or 6. I guess you could say those, but these are my favorite ones right here for tomorrow. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking about this stuff right now, although I want to say one more thing, and that is, first of all, let me look at my time. Okay, we're at 17 minutes. Let's go back over here. I want to show you this. My roulette page. If I could find it. Okay. You're going to notice, same thing with the SB pairs. You can do the exact same thing over here. Okay. Now, you can tell here that there has not been a what. So if you're looking at the blue, what is the blue? The blue is 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are pattern numbers, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, look at what's missing. 8. There hasn't been an 8. You know 8's going to be coming back out that long. There's an 8, right? There's an 8. There's an 8. There's an 8. There's an 8, right? That's how it works. Once it's out for a little bit, it'll come back. And it's the same thing for all these other colors. Look at all the 8s. Okay, that's coming back. That 8's coming back. And you can do the exact same thing with the red and the yellow. So look at the red one. You got, what is the red one? Let's go down here. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You got 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 4 is the longest out. Right? So you could focus in on 8 and 4. And then for the yellow, once again, the yellow is down there, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you come up here and look for 9, 10, 11, and 12 is the longest out. So you could say 4, 8, or 12. One of those would be hitting, right? 4, 8, or 12. And that's these box pairs right down there, right? 4, right? And then the 8, and there's those higher ones right there I'm looking at tomorrow maybe. And then the 12, right? Yeah, I like those. And then also I want to say that looking at the numbers here, you're going to notice on this first column there hasn't been a 3 in a while. See that? That's a long time. And every time you see a green strip, that's when a 0 was used, just like in roulette. And I'm going to be doing something later with the doubles. It's going to be pretty sweet. It's going to be using these, combining this BB and AB and stuff like that. Well, it's going to be for the doubles. It's like 3-3 and 2-2 and stuff like that. I'm going to combine it with my SP pairs actual doubles. Anyway, so that 3's coming back. And if you think that 3's going to come back, okay, because look at the 3, drop it in there. You can find a pattern in anything, right? If you think the 3 is going to come back, because it's going to be. Now, the only issue is you don't want to be saying all this stuff's going to happen at one time, right? But these are just different pools you can fish out of or add a couple of them together. I'm not saying put all 5, 6 of these things together because the odds are you're not going to get all 5, 6 of them right. But if you do it right, you can. And I can get it really low a lot of times. But so here's the 3, pattern 3. There you go. There you go. One of these is going to be hitting on the front, AB pre-sorted, right? That's going to be hitting for sure. There's that 4-7, 5-6, 5-9. What I have over there right now? None of that though. Dang it. But anyway, so more on this stuff later. I always have so much I want to talk about. And I put my pre-sorted back up in here. I got some good pre-sorted stuff. I have some stuff here. Daryl's got a really good thing here. And then Peyton has a really good page here. Like you could tell, like, yeah, there was not going to be a repeat probably of that high, low, low, right? And it wasn't, because if I hit it, there you go. All right, let's get out of here for now. And since I already have this ready to go for my Wisconsin numbers, I'm just going to back out of this, go over to Lotto-Odds, and I'm going to start Lotto-Odds at, so I already know, 22 minutes. Okay, 22 minutes. All right, so one thing I'm going to say at Lotto-Odds, check this out. When you go to this history page, I'm going to do some stuff with my SBP and my SB pairs, because if certain ones are out, I know they're coming back. And so then I can come in here, like I know that low high hits a lot on this, right? So I can focus in on, like if I say my red SBP, and pink, let's just say one of the SBPs. So let's say the SBP red's going to hit, right? It's 40 box numbers because those just constantly recycle each other, you know? So the red, purple, green, right? They just keep recycling, right? So if I say red's going to hit, I know red's coming back. Well, then I can say, all right, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to create a couple things where I have like the low high with the red, the low high with the purple, right? So I'm looking at these pair sums that are due and stuff like that. So, and just kind of create my own little groups of numbers. Lowest swing digit, that's what you hit right up here. So you can see these in box form. Go ahead and hit that so you got more room. And then do what you're going to do on here, right? Look for these misses, man. These misses, if you see a miss on here, there was one down here. Be a good one to focus on, just in general. Right here. Main. Miss, 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 miss. You know that there's going to be a hit coming. And what you can do with that is you come in here and then you can hit that quick pick with confidence, right? This is Minnesota, but, what would that bring you down to for Maine? Let me refresh this quick. 220. Come on. Quick pick. 120. Super high chance that winner's in here tomorrow. Super high chance. I mean, you can just go here, right, and go over to box. I don't want to focus on Maine right now, but I'm just saying. All right. Look at this here. Okay, hang on a second. Why is there wins here? Do I have the wrong thing? I don't Maine. What is ME? Isn't that Maine? Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Well, Whatever this is, I don't even know. I thought that was Maine. So, well, let's see. It was 068. 0, 068. Yeah, it is. So why is there a hit and miss? Shouldn't that be misses? Maybe I'm seeing something wrong because I got in box form. I got this in box form. I'm not sure on that one. Anyway, I'm going to probably run out of time, so I should probably talk about a little bit more what I want to talk about on here. And that was really, this is a really good way to isolate things. First of all, these 1-2 sums, you can follow this stuff too. Like first of all, like 9. Like if I want to focus in on that 9, I'll just remove everything else except for the 9 up at the top. A lot of data, so it's takes a second. Dude. Wow. Okay. Person 9. So now you can look through these to see. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do a video just on this history page because I'm gonna talk about some cool stuff that I've realized and seen. But I don't think I have time. Like I gotta look at the time here quick because I want to finish up Wisconsin. Yeah, I gotta finish up Wisconsin here. So I'll get back to on a different video tomorrow. So Wisconsin, I'm just gonna start fresh here, and I'm gonna go ahead and go for the quick pick. We're down to 98. That's insane. Okay, and I knew that the 9 was due because look at the 9. That was the most due. 9 was the most due, and that's what hit. I'm going to say, looking at this right away, it's not really showing me much. I'm going to look at the daytime here alone. Daytime. See how that 9 is due? Again, that 9 is due big time for days. So, you know what? I'm going to isolate to the 9. Since I don't have a lot of time, I'm not going to do a full breakdown of stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and go to 64 pair of sums. And I'm just going to isolate that 9. I'm not even going to get crazy with this stuff right now. I'm going to do a different video tomorrow on a couple things I was doing. This is what I had from Minnesota. This was the winner, 247. It came in level 1 right there. Level 2 was right here. And then this, I said I wasn't going to focus on it, even though. Hang on a second. There's a motorcycle flying past my house. Wow. Anyway, so what do I have for time here? It's going to be coming up here on time. So if I can try to finish this up, I got 2 minutes here. Okay. I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, first of all, 0 or 2 is due because of trinity. So I'm going to go ahead and go to singles, doubles, and triples. Go ahead and focus in on the 0 and 2. And that's what I got right there, these 14 numbers. And I'm just going to collect that whole thing right now. I don't have time to break it down. I'm sorry. I wish I did. I just don't. Talk too much over here today. So let's just go over here and put these in here. You don't have to worry about all that other information. 238 is the only number. Okay. Maybe tomorrow will be 238. I know I did a lot of jumping around with this 8, key 8 and SB pair 9 and stuff. But hey, whatever. 238 will be maybe one of my favorite ones. But here's 14 box numbers. This video is probably going to shut off, so sorry. I'll make a better one tomorrow, breaking down more on this site with the history page, what I'm seeing and stuff. So, all right, I'm going to have to shut her down. So have a good day, and I'll be back on later tomorrow. Okay, bye.